From military-grade 4x4 capabilities to one of the poshest interiors, the G-Class is the best off-roader of the Mercedes-Benz lineup. However, Mercedes is now taking things to a different level entirely by introducing the all-electric version of the G-Class, and it is expected to go on sale in 2024. In this video, we'll take a look at the 2025 Mercedes-Benz EQG and why it truly stands out from the competition. Mercedes-Benz first unveiled the G-Class EQG concept in 2021 and described it as a smaller, cheaper, all-electric version of its iconic G-Wagon. Also coming in a baby G-Class version, this EV will be fun to drive in a compact size. The EQG's look is very retro, and being a classic off-roader, it has a boxy shape, round headlights, large windows, and nice silvery trim detailing to complement. The styling isn't a million miles away from the current G-Class, but this prototype reveals a few changes over the standard car, with added modern upgrades for the EV era. Still, the electric model is unmistakably a G-Class, displaying design features typically found in the lineup. Key external changes include a two-tone color scheme consisting of gloss black on the top and gloss aluminum on the bottom, 2-inch EV-style wheels, an all-around illuminated band on the edges, a black panel radiator grille featuring an illuminated star, an animated squircle pattern around the star, and an EV wall box charger-inspired lockable box in place of the spare wheel cover. For the cabin, you can fit 5 people in the cabin in comfort, with plenty of head and leg room for adults in the back. Even your tallest mates will fit. The electric G-Class feels like an SUV, designed generally for tall drivers. There are acres of head and leg room in the front seats, and you get plenty of seat adjustment to help you find your perfect driving position. Unfortunately, the raised ride height means some passengers might find it a tad tricky to climb on board, especially if they're older or have limited mobility. Even worse, the old-fashioned door locks need you to pull very hard on the doors before they'll click securely in place. Luckily, the storage area is a bit generous. Under the EV's front armrest and front door bins are wide, but the glove box isn't particularly roomy, and the rear door bins aren't as big as those in the front. The rear of the EQG is to have a big square box mounted to the tailgate in place of the spare wheel for storing your charging cables. With no engine under the bonnet, Mercedes may have engineered some storage space under there. The electric G-Class will be available with 4 electric motors, 1 for each wheel, which should give it a phenomenal off-road ability. According to the Drive Report, the performance would match the 577 horsepower AMG G63, which takes just 4.5 seconds for a 0 to 60 mile-per-hour sprint. As revealed, the EQG will also come with a shiftable 2-speed gearbox for traveling far off the beaten path. It will use a similar chassis setup to the gas version, with a sophisticated independent front suspension, which should help with on-road driving. When taken on a twisty road, the EQG does start to lean even with the adaptive suspension. The new SUV may also be capable of turning on the spot, suggesting new drive modes could allow the left and right-hand wheels to turn in opposite directions, letting the car slew in a circle like a bulldozer. It's likely that the new electric off-roader will come with similar 200 kilowatt charging technology, allowing you to boost its range by around 190 miles in as little as 15 minutes. But still, Mercedes is looking to ensure that the EQG can do over 300 miles on a single charge. But the EQG may take things a level further with a quad motor setup and an optional high-density battery pack, benefiting from silicon anode chemistry. That should bring a boost in energy density of 20 to 40% to hit 800 watt-hours at the cell level and provide a significant amount of extra range. Even better, ground clearance is 9.5 inches, and the EV can afford up to 27.5 inches of water. A solid rear axle and good approach and departure angles also get it geared up for off-road. But even though it's well suited to driving off the tarmac, the G-Class is supremely comfortable when you're driving in town. It comes with adaptive dampening on the suspension, which makes the G soft and comfortable over bumps even while going at slower speeds. But as the body is quite chunky, getting in and out of small streets and cars parked can be tricky. The EV's truck-like construction and bulky mass comprise its handling. There's significant body lean through turns, and the steering is hefty and numb, meaning low-speed parking or turning can be cumbersome. However, However, when you take the EV onto the motorway, you get a lot of safety assistance systems to take the strain out of long-distance driving. But when going at fast speeds, the boxy shape could mean a lot of wind noise. It's a good thing that Mercedes has done an excellent job of insulating it from that. Taking all of that into account, the Mercedes G-Class is an excellent selection in the premium SUV market, with a high-end cabin and comfortable ride, although it is one of the most expensive options and isn't quite as fun as alternatives. If you're weighing up to buy one, you'll likely need more than $150,000. The EV further solves the problem of traffic by towering above like a classy road crane so that you can get an excellent view over other cars and even most SUVs. The G-Class's large windows also offer unparalleled visibility, and for a price, you can get a set of gigantic door mirrors to help spot other cars daring to sneak into your blind spot. Unfortunately, none of this really makes up for the EV's gigantic size, especially around town. Sure, the steering is light and feels infinitely more precise than the old car's archaic off-road oriented setup, but squeezing this huge SUV down narrow streets and into tight parking spaces will get the pulse racing every time. Thankfully, long motorway journeys will do the exact opposite, because the Mercedes G-Class is very relaxing to cruise in. You won't hear too much wind or tire noise, and the suspension does a good job ironing out all but the most jarring potholes. But Mercedes this time has given a lot of attention to aesthetics. The EQG concept has an artful light-up grille with some funky patterns on it. The climate control panel is a cleaner unit, and the touchpad is also new, looking bigger and slimmer. It may look like a military truck, but the EV's interior is a store gallery of comfort and luxury. Its deeply reinforced seats are clad in lovely leather and has an optional sculptural steering wheel that comes in many different colors, including two-tone treatments. There's an optional faux suede headliner and wood, metal, or carbon fiber trims that rival those in the S-Class sedan. At the price, the EV was expected to feature Mercedes' latest MBUX infotainment system, but it doesn't. Rather, buyers will have to make do with the older command system, which is the 12.3-inch center screen and optional conjoined 12.3-inch digital driver's display. The command system still feels amazing, and with a rotary controller and touchpad, there are multiple ways to use it. Many details about the infotainment are still yet to be revealed, though based on the gas version, it could have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with GPS navigation, Bluetooth streaming, and years of Mercedes Me connected services such as remote start, traffic alerts, and over-the-air map updates. A 590-watt Burmester and a noise-canceling auto system could also be standard. In many ways, the G-Class competes in a class of one. On paper, its most direct rivals would be the Rivian R1S and the upcoming GMC Hummer EV SUV. But this being a Benz and a pricey one at that, the EV is expected to be stuffed with characteristic G-Class safety features such as automatic emergency braking, a drowsy driver alert, forward collision warnings, adaptive headlamps, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitor, rear cross traffic alerts, and reverse automatic emergency braking. Active lane keeping assist and automatic high beams are all standard kits. If money is no object, and with room for NBA-sized friends, the Mercedes-Benz G-Class SUV is a tough act to beat. Currently, an exact date of arrival and pricing information for the Mercedes-Benz EQG has yet to be revealed. However, trust us to keep you updated, and if you enjoyed this video, kindly click the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video, and please tell us in the comments below what you think about this bold move by Mercedes-Benz.